9 points out of 12, 3 wins out of 4. Congratulations, that's another great night tonight.
Yeah, no, it's obviously a fantastic result for us. Wasn't particularly a good game, but neither was Saturday, and we lost that one 1-0 when we felt really we did enough in that game to get a win. So tonight was another tight game. I can see why. When we were on such a good run here last year, when I wasn't in charge, I have to add, but there was a great run, and I saw Saturday why Hull and Reading came and turned us over. I saw that on Saturday, and we addressed that a little bit yesterday in training, again at half-time, and we're pleased with our commitment and our determination in the second half. When we get a few more wins under our belt and we move up the table, the football will be better because the lads will be more confident. All I would ask at the moment is, just when it gets a bit nip and tuck for us out here, we really, really need our fans behind us. I need them. I can't do this by myself. I absolutely can't do it by myself. And I need them just behind the players. You know, just backing them. It is so important. It is so important in this league, because I'll tell you now, teams that come here, if they say we keep the crowd quiet for 20 minutes, the crowd get on the boys' backs, and then the boys freeze up a bit. That's when teams can take advantage of it. We've got to try and get them going, but we need to have them to help us at the moment, just to try and nudge ourselves forward a little bit and get the results that we need to climb up the table.
There was a lovely moment in the second half where you kind of made that appeal in sign language and in body language and got the response. Yeah, they're great.
I mean, you know, all of a sudden it was a bit of arm waving, I suppose, and all of a sudden the ground erupted. You know, that is what I really need from everybody at the moment. You know, it is a team effort here. You know, we want to play well and we want to do well for our supporters. We've got fantastic supporters. They come out in numbers. It's not cheap to watch football these days. So, you know, we want to do our best for them, and we know when the game gets a little bit sticky, like it did tonight at times, and it will do against Reading, and it will do against the whole cities, and it will do against other teams that come here. But on another night, you know, we play against Middlesbrough, an excellent footballing team, and then our football comes to the fore. We've got to be able to do a little bit of both in this league, and I think what's happened in the two games against Middlesbrough and Blackpool, we've seen some good football, and on the other side of it, we've had to see the gritty stuff that we've needed to do in the last two games. Unfortunately, we didn't get a result in one. Both games could have ended up quite easily being a draw, and we'd have ended up 2 points, but we'll take the 3 from tonight. We'll take the 3 wins. We're delighted with that.
Well, you must be, I mean, thrilled, given that you needed that kind of turnaround in performance within the case of within the shape of the game tonight, to see your side kind of recover, really, I suppose, from a bit of a slow start and grit it out.
We changed a little. We changed at half-time. Just changed how we were playing a little bit. I thought that may help us just retain the ball a little bit, and that did, and it just gave us a little bit more of a foothold in the game, rather than there being lots of long balls from both teams, lots of fight for second ball, which we didn't do very well in the first half, but did it well in the second. So it's one of them nights, and you know, you need to stay in the game and you need to stay tough, and we did that, because Reading are a decent team. You know, I'll tell you, they've been together for a long time. They function very well. They all know each other's strengths and weaknesses, whereas, you know, I'm still finding out ours a little bit. But, you know, if we can win 3 out of our next 4, well, maybe I can drop the weaknesses bit.
You'll be in dreamland. You mentioned gritting it out, but you found some quality. You found that one moment of quality.
Well, that was it. I mean, it was a fantastic goal. I mean, we had a couple of moves that were very, very good. We had a couple, and you know, when you look at the goal, it's a goal in the first half. You know, it's a blatant goal. I mean, I've watched it on the laptop in the dressing room just before I've come out, and there's 2 of their players playing in one side. So really, he should have had 2 goals tonight.
Let me talk to you about another striker who wasn't involved tonight, because we hear Ishmael Miller's got a problem and needs surgery. How much of a blow is that to you and him? You don't need another injury, did you, really?
No, we don't, but it wouldn't be normal at the moment if we had to make a change from every starting lineup. So, you know, that's where it is at the moment. We just have to try and get on with it. I think we do need to be better, and we do need to be stronger in a few areas. Hopefully after this break, Dexter Blackstock will be closer. Paul Anderson will be closer. Gareth McCleary will be closer. So we needed to get through this period here and keep our fingers crossed that they carry on progressing like they do. And then all of a sudden we may have a bit more of a squad to choose from.
I'd say you're getting through it, Steve.
Well, just about. We're not sort of. One thing we'd do, you know, I think when you win, you have to be humble. I really do think that, and I'm very much realistic. You know, we've got a tough game on Saturday now, and tonight's gone.
Congratulations.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Steve. Andy, congratulations, not only on tonight, but on the run. 3 wins out of 4 games. And tonight you had to dig deep, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. But it's one of them times at the club at the moment. We've just got a new manager in. We haven't had the greatest start. So we've got to show that we're not just a pretty footballing side, that we can dig in and we can get wins in scrappy games. We possibly could have done it on Saturday as well against Hull. It was a scrappy game and we were just the other side of it. So I think it was important tonight in another scrappy game that we come out on the right side of it. And as you say, it keeps us going with a bit of momentum. We've taken 9 points out of the last 12. So in this division, that's not a bad run at all.
And you, with a role coming on at half-time, looked as if you enjoyed that second half, Andy.
I did, yeah. I haven't played as much as I would like, so when you do get the opportunity, you get on, you try and work hard and try and do your bit and try and show the manager that you should be starting.
I wonder how important your experience was, Andy, tonight. If, you know, towards the end, quite noticeably a lot of times you were either going for the corner flag yourself or taking short corners. How important do you think that was? It was a bit frenetic out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've a lot of experience. You know, I've played at the highest level. I've played against some really top players, and I'd like to think that I know what it takes to win a game of football. And sometimes, no matter what's going on around you with the game or with the supporters or with what people want you to do, the important thing is that you get take maximum points, and that's what I wanted to do tonight. So when I got on, it was a case of can we get ourselves ahead, and then when we did get ourselves ahead, it's about being sensible. It's about using that knowledge that you've got, and maybe trying to help some of the younger lads in the same direction, and about coming out with the 3 points, and that's what we did.
3 wins out of 4 under Steve Cotterill. It's been an extraordinary turnaround, hasn't it?
Yeah, you know, I think what we need to be careful of is that it's not a case of just a new manager coming in and everybody gets a lift and then it starts to die off. We need to keep our feet on the ground, not run away with ourselves. In the games, I think we played really well against Middlesbrough. It was scrappy against Blackpool, it was scrappy against Hull, and it was scrappy again tonight. So we need to learn to win them games, and I think we've got the quality players that when the football games do come along, that we'll be able to shine and we'll be able to go out and assert ourselves in the game and win maybe more convincingly and more comfortably. But you need the starting blocks, and I think maybe these three wins in 4 games, maybe these give us the starting blocks, and we can kick on from here. I think it's important that we go and get a positive result against Portsmouth on Saturday, and then everybody goes into the international break on a high, and we come back after the international break flying and get a few more players back fit and more competition in the squad, and things will look a hell of a lot more rosy for us.
It's been a difficult run. You've got 3 wins out of 4, but not just against any old sides. This has been a tough run for all of the squad.
Well, listen, I don't think it's to be underestimated either. You know, we know we're a good team, but look at it. Middlesbrough came here unbeaten, and we passed them off the park. We played exceptionally well that night. We went away to Blackpool, who I know that, you know, they're a good side. It's a very, very difficult place to go, and we got a win. And against Hull, we could have easily won the game 1-0. There wasn't anything in it. And tonight we've got another win against a decent side, who've been up there and in around the playoffs. So, you know, I don't think it's to be underestimated how good these 3 wins out of 4 have been. But it's only the start. You know, we know that there's still plenty more to go.
A trip down to Portsmouth, as we've said, a tough old game. It'll be spicy because it's Steve Cotterill's return there as well, but it'd be a nice place to go and win, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think. Well, I know as players anyway, it's not going to bother us. We don't care whether the managers just come from there or not. We just want to go down, and if we put in the right performance and do what we can, then we're more than capable of getting a result down there. It's going to be a tough game, and there's no doubt about that. Whether the manager had just come from there to here or not, it was always going to be a tough game, and that's not going to be any different. So if we prepare properly and we go about our work in the right way and in a positive way, then there's no reason why we can't get a positive result, and as I say, go into the international break with the whole club on a bit of a high, as opposed to the last international break when the manager had just gone and everything was a bit up in the air and we hadn't won in a few games. So you know, when things are down, it's not so good, but when things are up, I think we need to capitalise on it and try and enjoy it as well.
Congratulations, Luke. We've spoken to you often enough this season in difficult circumstances. Well done, that's a magnificent win.
Yeah, it's nice to come out here with a smile on my face. It's just 3 wins from 4 now. It looks a lot more rosier than it did a few weeks ago. So we're going to keep going, keep doing the things that have brought us success over the last few weeks, and like I say, just keep doing the things we're doing. We worked hard in the second half. First half I thought we were poor tonight. The gaffer let us know that's the first time he's had to do that. We were disappointed in that ourselves, but coming out in the second half, I felt we sort of took the game by the scruff of the neck, and thankfully we kept running and running and running and got the opportunity to get a cross in, and Tuggy's took his goal absolutely brilliantly. It's
I mean, it's one of those occasions, one of those games where if you needed any belief coming back into yourselves, you'll take even more from it tonight, because you really did have to dig deep after that first half, didn't you?
Yeah, it was not a good game of football to be involved with. I can imagine from the sides it didn't look very pretty, but sometimes it's got like that in the Championship. We should have come away on Saturday with a result like this. It was exactly the same game. We had one lapse in concentration again. The last few minutes they could have equalised, and that needs to be ironed out, because apart from that we've not really given them a shot again. We're looking a lot more solid from front to back, and we seem a team that's sort of going in the right direction, really.
Well, defensively, with pretty much the same players, you look the side you have for the last couple of seasons and not for the first 10 games of this season.
Yeah, it's just the way things are set up, and the gaffer's got us doing things he knows bring success in the Championship. It's as simple as that. If you know how to work in the Championship, then you'll get results with especially the squad that we've got in there. Like I've said it before, you don't become bad players overnight. All it took is a little bit of tweaking. I always said it was a bit of an easy fix, really, but don't get me wrong, by no means we're out of the mess yet. We've still got a long way to go, but we can take tremendous pride from tonight, really. Digging deep, the gaffers questioned our mettle in there at half time, and we've had to come out in the second half and show it.
Well, tell us about the moment then of the second half. We've spoken a lot about you being centre half, right back, whatever. How about right winger? That wasn't a bad cross, was it?
No, I tried running up 2 minutes before that, and I was nearly sick. But no, I'm just trying to do my thing to the team, and if it means me playing on the right hand side of the defence and us being a lot more solid than we have been. I think we've conceded 2 goals in 4 games now, and I think it's something like that anyway. We're looking a lot more solid, so if it needs me playing out there for a few weeks just to get us on the right track, then so be it, because I am enjoying playing out there, but everyone knows where I want to play, the gaffer knows where I want to play, but he's asking me to do a job for the team, and as captain I'm more than happy, and me as a person, to do that. But when I got the opportunity to overlap tonight, I looked at it and I thought, oh, do I go? And I thought, you know what, why not? Put the cross in, and like I say, Tuggy, for all the effort he puts in, I think he's a bit of an unsung hero for us, because he was missing for the first 10 games. He didn't really get a look in under the previous manager, and for me that's a strange decision, because when Marcus Tudgate gets a run in the side, he seems to get goals, and what else he gives you is, I've not seen many strikers work as hard as he does.
Let me talk to you about somebody else as well, because it's going to be perhaps hard for you to get back in at centre half, because the other man who's taken a lot of headlines at the moment is Joel Lynch. He's come good, hasn't he?
Well, I'm standing out on the right wing today and thinking, wow, he's playing very, very well. I've always known he's a tremendous player, and he was sort of in the same sort of position as me. He's just waited for his chance. I think the last season he had a great season when he played at left back, and there's opportunities arose this year, and he's taken it with both hands. But for me, he's a big mate of mine, and as long as the team's doing well, I'm doing well personally, I'm more than happy for Lynchy to keep pulling up trees the way he is, because believe you me, he's a tremendous lad and a tremendous player.
We've been talking about this difficult run of games that Steve Cotterill sort of walked into, really, to get 9 points out of 12 against the 4 oppositions that you faced. It's a terrific achievement from him and all the players.
Yeah, from where we were, by no means it's been a quick fix. He's just come in and instilled